Annyeonghaseyo. My name is Veronica González Laporte. I am a doctor in anthropology and live in Seoul since 2017. I will present on behalf of the Mexican Embassy two exciting books that bridge my country to Korea and more broadly Latin American to Asia. In the beginning was the world and the stories. Humankind has always had the need to understand and explain the world, to be less afraid about his surroundings or the unknown, to secure a continuity to the next generations, and to belong to a specific group. The legends are flexible because they are transformed by every mouth, by every mind. This is the richness. It is my great honor to present two books written with the same goal, to learn from each other. Mexico and Korea are the antipodes of the world. At first sight, our cultures couldn't be more opposite. However, we share a lot of cultural values, such as family, traditions, and generosity. We are countries of tales. Before the written, they were told by grandparents to the grandchildren, among friends after a long journey, or after a whole day of work. The first book is the fruit of an extensive work based in oral stories from native cultures of the state of Chiapas, in the south of Mexico. Fábulas y leyendas choles y zoques. They are written in 4 languages to make them known in both Mexico and Korea: zoque, chole, Spanish, and Korean. These tales were counted by indigenous narrators in their own language and then transcribed and translated by researchers from 3 universities of Mexico. The project was supported by KOICA, the Korea International Cooperation Agency. The other book I am happy to present is Leyendas Coreanas de Xico, designed by Cristina Pineda, published by Editorial Porrua, and illustrated magnificently. Xico is a curious Mexican dog which travels around the world to learn more about their other cultures through its legends. This book, printed in Spanish and English, is particularly special to me because I contributed to do it. It took him 1 year to learn about Korean legends, to select them, to translate them from English or French to Spanish, and to adapt them. Each reader has his own footprint, and the legends are made to be transformed or interpreted by the narrator. So, no one is going ever to tell a story the same way. When the texts were finished, Cristina Pineda tasked several Mexican artists to illustrate each story. One tale of the book is particularly interesting, and I decided to begin the book with it. Once upon a time, there was a boy who loved tales. When his parents died, he asked to his servant to tell him stories every night. But the boy was selfish and wanted to keep all of them for himself. In a corner of his room, a small red silk bag was hung. Each time the boy heard a story and refused to share it, the story spirit jumped in the bag and stayed there. The boy grew up, and the day of his marriage, the servant heard whispers in the room and paid attention. The spirits were trying to kill the groom as a revenge. The servant managed to get around all the traps they set for the young man. The last ambush was a venomous snake in the wedding chamber. The servant broke into the room and cut the snake with his sword. The master thanked his faithful companion, took the bag and untied under the moon. The evil spirits of the stories scampered freely. That night, the young man understood that the stories belonged to everyone. And I absolutely agree with him, because no matter how different we are, we all love tales. And these are a perfect bridge between Korea and Mexico in the frame of Fialac. Thank you very much.
Kia ora koutou. Hello everyone. New Zealand is proud to present Te Taiao, Māori and the Natural World as our book for the Fialac Book Concert this year. Te Taiao illustrates the deep connection between Māori, the Indigenous people of New Zealand, and Te Ao Marama, the natural world, as well as the connections between different parts of that world in Māori worldview. The entries in Te Taiao are drawn from Māori oral traditions from many different iwi, known elsewhere in the world as tribes, around the country, and compiled by many Māori scholars and writers for Te Ara, the Encyclopedia of New Zealand. These entries showcase Māori worldviews and lifeways through their relationship to Te Rangi, the sky, Te Whenua, the land, Te Moana, the sea, and Te Wao, the forests, as well as describing Te Mahinga Kai, traditional food gathering practices. These detailed descriptions are accompanied by beautiful photographs of New Zealand's unique landscapes and native flora and fauna. This book was also the winner of the non-fiction category of the 2011 Ngā Kupu Ora Māori Book Awards. We have chosen Te Taiao as a reflection of New Zealand's part in the many different cultures represented across Philac. Our forum is made up of 36 countries, and as such, we share among us so many more than 36 communities, languages, traditions, ethnic identities, and cultures. Sharing these parts of our identities with one another, especially during a time when we are more separated than usual, is a very special way to stay connected. And for that reason, New Zealand is very excited about the Philac Book Concert this year. Kia ora. Thank you.
For the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Panama, it is a pleasure to participate in the book concert organized by the Cyber Secretariat of Philac as members of the working group linked to scientific, educational, and technological issues. This is a wonderful opportunity to share knowledge through literature, especially at a time when it is increasingly important to promote mutual understanding to deepen relations between our countries. In spite of the distance that separates us, literature gives us the opportunity to travel, to imagine, or to know those destinations or characters that due to the pandemic are not possible for us to reach. Likewise, the use of technological platforms and tools has allowed us to access a greater number of information, surpassing the borders and limitations imposed by the pandemic. The countries of Asia and Southeast Asia are characterized by their cultural diversity and the preservation of their traditions. Latin America, on the other hand, has a common cultural heritage that is amplified by the diversity of its people and territories. These cultural differences should be a call to come closer together to achieve the common welfare of both regions. We have shared 5 books associated with 2 historical milestones for Panamanians and the world. The first is the celebration in 2019 of the 500th anniversary of the establishment of Panama City, the first Spanish settlement in the Americas, from which our current capital emerges and whose historic development is closely related to the second milestone, the construction of the Panama Canal. The benefits of having the Panama Canal in our territory were adapted over the years, until the official transfer of the administration to Panamanian hands in 1999, thus allowing greater benefits for the development of our population and also several sectors of the international community. We really wish you enjoyed these books and would like to extend our deepest thanks to the organizers for this opportunity to share them with all of you. We hope to see you soon in Panama.
Hello, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to participate in the Philac Book Concert. I will take this occasion to refer to one of the most singular and relevant literary figures of the Chilean literary tradition, which is Gabriela Mistral, and I will present the book Prosa y Poesía Escolar. So this book is a very relevant addition to us because it's a joint publication between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Culture, and also our National Library. And it was published with the occasion of the 130th anniversary of the birth of Gabriela Mistral, also known as Lucia Godoy Alcayaga, and that was her real name. But her pen name was Gabriela Mistral, and she adopted this pen name because of her 2 favorite poets, Gabriel D'Annunzio and Frederic Mistral. So this particular book is comprised of 75 texts, both in prose and in verse, and is addressed to support educational work of teachers in classrooms all around the world, and to encourage children to approach reading and to learn about different styles of writing. So Gabriela Mistral felt this great vocation towards teaching. She was self-taught, and she became a teacher and actually practiced this line of work in more than 12 different schools in Chile. She had also a deep interest in rural schools and how to improve teaching in very remote areas. She participated invited by the Mexican government in their rural educational reform undertaken by the administration of President Álvaro Obregón. And she was not only a noted literary figure, but she had a diplomatic career that is also noteworthy. Her beginnings go back to the Secretariat of the Institute of the International Cooperation of the League of Nations and her appointment as cultural representative of Chile in that organization. So subsequently, she served as consul in different cities such as Lisbon, Nice, Los Angeles, New York. And she also represented Chile at the Commission on the Social Condition of Women in the United Nations during the years 1953 and 1954. So giving such a complete and relevant figure in Latin American literary tradition, this book commemorates not only the 130th anniversary of her birth, but it's a good opportunity, and this is a good opportunity to announce the commemoration of another relevant date. So this 10th of December, we will celebrate the 75 years since she received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1945. So it is a dual celebration for us, and we're very happy to be presenting this book because of its meaning, its significance, and we hope that you all get to enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Good day to everyone. Greetings from the Philippines. I hope all of us are having a great day as we cope with the new normal. I am Al Ryan Alejandre, Executive Director of the National Commission for Culture in the Arts, or NCCA, of the Philippines. It is a great honor and privilege for me to promote Philippine culture through this platform. The Forum for East Asia Latin America Cooperation, or FIALAC Book Concert, held in Seoul, South Korea. We are delighted that this activity has been successfully launched despite the restrictions brought about by the pandemic. While most of us are still not allowed to travel to see and experience the beauty and uniqueness of the culture of other countries, this book concert is a great avenue to establish a greater awareness of the culture of FIALAC member states, including the Philippines. As such, we would like to invite you all to please check out the Filipino books exhibited at this book concert and take a glimpse of the rich culture and heritage of our country. The books we are exhibiting will impart knowledge and information of the Philippines' rich culture embedded in the following: intangible cultural heritage, architecture, textile weaving traditions, practiced by various ethno-linguistic groups, iconic personalities, heroes, events, and historic sites. Check out the coffee table book entitled Salvador F. Bernal, Designing the Stage, which is a comprehensive review of Bernal's work as a theater designer, with over 200 full color photographs of his sketches, models, and actual costumes and sets, complementing the text. Since 2003 to date, he is the lone recognized Filipino national artist for theater design. On behalf of the Philippines and the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, we would like to convey our sincerest appreciation and felicitations to the organizers of this book concert, the Forum for East Asia Latin America Cooperation, or FIALAC, for their efforts in spearheading this activity to promote and boost the culture sector, which has been greatly affected by the pandemic. May this event lead us to further strengthen our relations with other FIALAC member states. Let us hope that one day soon we can go visit museums again, attend concerts of our favorite artists, attend face-to-face trainings and seminars, and travel to historic places. Once again, the Philippines, through its de facto Ministry of Culture, the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, proudly shares its joy and honor to be part of this book concert. Please enjoy browsing through of our colorful culture through these books. Keep safe and healthy, everyone. Mabuhay!
Welcome to the FIALAC Book Concert here at the RN Bookstore of Seoul City Hall, where a big effort has been made by the FIALAC Cyber Secretary to present a rich cultural display of books from East Asia and Latin American region. As Ambassador of the Republic of El Salvador to the Republic of Korea, I'm pleased to participate on this incredible project, presenting 7 books that describes different aspects of my country, history, literature, and the importance of coffee in the daily lives of El Salvador people. I invite you to take a moment and go through the works of the brothers Alfredo Espino and Miguel Ángel Espino with their very different narrative styles. The first one in verse and the second in prose, but both of them great representatives of Salvadorian literature, describing the central debates of their times. Also, we present the literary work of Alberto Guerra Trigueros and Ricardo Lindo, both with very diverse styles, showing their status of some of the most important intellectual representatives of El Salvador and Central America. We want to share with the Korean people and residents of this beautiful country part of El Salvador history and our town's background, dating back to the discovery, conquest, and colonization of the region. Finally, and on a more visual note, we are presenting the Book of El Salvador, Land of Coffee, that takes you on a journey into the world of Salvadorian coffee plantations, flora and fauna of its forest, and all the stages of the production for one of the most distinctive products. Thank you for visiting the FIALAC Book Concert. We are convinced that through cultural curiosity and this type of exchange, our region will grow closer together and understand our difference. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.